Welcome to the Real Estate Investing Podcast, where we help you unlock your potential freedom through land investing, real estate investing, and entrepreneurship. Hey everyone, this is episode 91 of the Real Estate Investing Podcast discussing getting your first deal in 30 days. I'm your host, Daniel Apke, joined again by my brother and business partner, Ron Apke. Today, we're just going to hop right into the show, Ron. Getting your first deal in as little as 30 days. Well, everyone, we're extremely excited to announce a brand new product that we have, which is Get Your Deal in 30 Days Challenge. Ron, do you want to go over what this means to the organization and program and industry?
Yeah, I think over like the last 4 or 5 months, as we've had a lot of new students, we've been evaluating like who is being successful for what reasons, and that's such a common question. Like, how fast can I get my deal? How can I be successful? So what we did with this product, you're still going to get access to the boot camp, all those resources. There are added resources, and we're really trying to lay out a plan for how to get your first deal in 30 days. So that's how this came about. Like, I don't want to, it's not going to be an easy process by any means. It's very laid out. It lays out in terms of the action you are taking in terms of sending mail and all of that, as well as the modules and the order that you should be watching those. So that was the purpose of this whole thing. Like, we want to bring success to you guys as fast as possible. And all you new members or new potential members who are interested in land investing, that is why we came up with this product. And we are really, really excited for it. That's why we're doing a podcast just for this. And the day this podcast is releasing, October 3rd, 2022, that is the first day this product, this limited time product, is going to be available. And there's some really, really cool resources with it.
And we're going to have a student member interview as well of someone who got their deal in as little as 20 days, just so you guys can hear those real life stories as well. But like Ron said, we were evaluating our members' progress. We noticed multiple members were getting deals in 20, 25, 28 days, sometimes more than one deal. And one deal, our average profit last year, Ron, was $22,000 per deal. So if you're making $20,000 or more the way we teach it in the course in 30 days, it's extremely exciting. So we got that feedback from our current members. So I remember, Ron, we were in a webinar one time and I was like, hey, how long have you been doing this? You've been sending us all kinds of deals. He's like, I just hit day 30, and he probably had 3 deals or more by then. I feel like that he actually had agreements on in the title process. So we never knew this was going to come, but we took the feedback from our members currently, and we're super excited because this is a much more structured program. If you guys want structure, you want a challenge, this is Get Your First Deal in 30 Days Challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's a challenge. We have it laid out what to do on day 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 30 to get your first deal. It's that simple. If you follow this program, join in. Like Ron said, it comes with all the other resources and tools. And we're also giving away 3 bonuses that we'll discuss later in this. But Ron, I want to go through kind of why is this so much more valuable to certain people than the standard program that we offer, that we are still going to continue to offer?
For sure. And I think the main thing is kind of what we're talking about, Daniel. Like, it's laying out what to do each day, essentially. Like, it's going to say day 1, watch this, do this. Day 2, watch this, do this. And it only comes out to about 19 to 25 hours, Daniel, for the entire month. And it's not, and that's what we always talk about. If you guys haven't watched our episode on how to make, I think it was 5 hours a week or something like that, something with how to do this business with 5 hours per week, watch that episode. And it's literally this challenge. Yeah, we're saying challenge, and it is going to be challenging. It's going to be a ton of education for you new people, but it is only an hour or two. It's consistency that you need to do over 30 days and then past that to keep growing your business. But to get that first deal in 30 days, the value in what we're giving here is that structure, that day by day instructions on what you're going to be doing and when to do it. And then we also, actually, let's wait to get into the resources, Dan. But I think that's the biggest thing, is that day by day. And sometimes people join these courses, and that's kind of the feedback we got with some members, like just not having that exactly, because some of them will go a month and only watch 2 modules. Like, no, that's not going to happen in this. You're going to be sending your first mailer within the first 2 weeks. to get this. That's the only way to make this happen. And we're very structured with that, how you need to learn, you need to be present in the webinars, but it is very realistic. And we've had so many members do this without having that very detailed structure as well.
Exactly. And that's what's crazy. We didn't have a structure and people were just naturally doing it. So now people have a structure. So the 30-day success rate is going to skyrocket up. But we even included three bonuses that Ron and I were looking at how can we make our new investors and new members more successful. So we added three bonuses in this for free. That's going to be on top of everything else in the course. The three bonuses that I want to discuss, because it's our point of these bonuses, Ron, was to help them get a deal in 30 days. If it didn't go along those lines, it didn't help you get a deal in 30 days, it wouldn't be a bonus. So the first one's a tracker, just to track your progress. There's going to be a lot of other people in our Discord community tracking it with you so you can compare and compete, whatever you guys want to do with that. And then there's a land profit calculator to when you get deals, you can analyze them and really dive into what the numbers look like. Because it's easy to say a property is going to buy for 20,000, sell for 50,000. There's a lot more that goes into it than just that. So we laid out a calculator for that. And then the last one that we have, which is very, very crucial if you guys are new, is the top 10 mistakes new land investors make and how to avoid them. And they're some of them are basic, some aren't, but I think that's going to be really helpful for someone new. Even like when you're looking at areas, Ron, we have things in there that say don't send to this area. So you can go back and think, oh, in the 10, the 10 top mistakes land investors make, said not to do this. It's going to really help people keep on track, I think.
Yeah, I think that one, I think all of them are really, really valuable. Like we already talked about the day by day structure thing, that is extremely valuable. That those top 10 mistakes, we took a lot of time and put a lot of effort into kind of really thinking, really evaluating people who have made mistakes. We've made mistakes in the past, like we see it happen with so many students. And that's we tried to advise the best we can, but at the same time, the mistakes are being had. So you guys are going to have this amazing PDF file that we've come up with these 10 mistakes that we are constantly seeing. But other than that, that land flipping calculator, that was really cool. When I made that along with one of our employees, Logan, who you guys probably know from the Discord. Logan put a lot of time and effort into that. And I think that's going to be really used for deal funding quite a bit, Daniel, in terms of sending the calculations over to deal funders, because that's a part of that calculation as well. And that's so important for new members who are sending potential deals to deal funders, and the deal funders want to know how much money they're going to make in it. So I think all of these, like, we didn't just put in products as filler products or as filler like resources. Like, these were real thought out things to bring value to new members.
Exactly. And it comes down to we want everyone that joins, it's our mission to create freedom for you guys, financial freedom, entrepreneurship freedom, everything that comes with it. And we work backwards from there. We have the Land Investing Online course. How can we create more freedom? Oh, a 30-day challenge. How can we create more freedom? Oh, three bonuses that are going to help steer them in the right direction in that first 30 days. So that's how we kind of came about this. Let's go into, Ron, what kind of people is this good for? Say they haven't started their land investing career. What kind of person is this for?
Yeah, I mean, anyone, I think the entrepreneur people, like the people who have that entrepreneur spirit, but some people struggle without like very guided, like we talked about at the beginning. I think that's going to be really, really beneficial. I think even if you kind of do, you might speed up. Like some people might be on day 8 or on day 15, 8 days in, if they're moving faster, which is fine. The structure is just to kind of keep those on path if you're trying to get that first deal in 30 days. So I don't think there's really specific people. It's people who want to make money, Daniel. I mean, I don't really, people who want to make money, people who want to start a business, people who want the education to do this, because it is not, and I urge you guys, like, you need to have continued education after modules, attend our webinars. We produce so much free content, but the value in this paid product is going to make you money. Like Daniel said, $22,000 is is an average deal in profit. If you do that in your first 30 days, you're going to be on your way to making even more and more as you can scale.
Yeah, and I was just when you're talking, just thinking of the 995 that we're charging for this compared to the traditional real or the traditional education route run and the return on investment. I mean, guys, we have a guarantee that guarantees you'll get a deal within 90 days. That means within 90 days, if you do what we're saying, you're going to get a profit. You're going to have a profit coming if you follow the steps. Now we're going to have a deal in 30 days, but you still got to sell that deal. You're going to have a deal, pretty much equity, right? You're going to be buying that property, having the equity, and going to be able to sell it. We have a 90-day guarantee. Talk about just return on investments, guys. I mean, that's incredible to me just to hear that. But I want to talk around. You mentioned, and I just wrote this down while you're talking. You said someone on day 8 someone on day 8 can be on day 18. So I don't want people to think, oh, it might take me longer or shorter. I don't have time. Let's talk about compressing this into a shorter amount of time and extending it into a longer amount of time, Ron.
I mean, honestly, the extending part, like I don't really think people should do that, to be honest with you. It's 20 hours, Daniel. I don't think there are people who are watching this like you can find 20 hours in a month. Like if you really evaluate your days and you want to make this business work, find 20 hours to eliminate in the month. Like, yeah, you can do this and spread this out. If you're like, I can put a little bit of time this month and then I have some more capital coming in to invest in this in the next months, like you definitely can extend that out. But there are going to be people who also want to be on day 30 and getting, I want to hear what I want to hear from you guys is who's getting their deal the fastest. Like who's going to be on
Yeah.
day 18, Daniel, getting a deal? Like that's going to be crazy. And I know it is going to happen with this. People are going to be sending their mail out day 3 and 4, getting a deal day 18, 19, 20. And that just makes it feel so much more possible getting a deal within 30 days. Um, we made this like pretty aggressive. I think 30 days, you're going to have to produce, you're going to have to be very efficient with your time and with your mail and everything like that. But it is so possible. And if you do this how we teach it, I think it's going to happen with more students than not.
And it's more than possible. And Ron said you have to be more efficient with your time. That 20, 30 hours or whatever that number was, Ron, that's efficient hours. That's not you running into big hiccups or anything. You need to spend your time efficiently. And that's why we have the 30-day challenge outline, because you'll know exactly where to put your time. We tell you where to put your time. Hey, go make a Facebook page, 30 minutes. Go create your website, an hour and 30 minutes, whatever it is, or 2 hours, or whatever it is. Pull your next data, an hour. So that's how we're laying it out. We literally took people, the average of what we think it would take someone, added time to it, a little fluff, because we know some people are slower, some are faster with technology, and that we just took the average person. So even if it took you 40 hours for the month, that's 10 hours a week. You guys can make that work. So what Ron's saying, don't extend it. Don't extend it past 30 days. If you want to do that, buy our other course for $14.95. That's a go at your own pace. This 30-day challenge is for someone who wants a deal in 30 days. They're ready to get after it.
Exactly. And I was thinking as you were saying that, because you talked about like time efficiency. And I know I said that before. And that's also in our mistakes to avoid. Like I think our 30-day, like laying it out, like 30 minutes on this, 30 minutes. It doesn't say 8 hours on choosing your business name. I don't know if we even tell them to get an LLC before. I think we have that as optional on there because there's really, other than education and like action steps, there's not that much stuff you need to do before you send your first mailer, to be 100% honest. Like you need to learn how to do it and then do it essentially. Like you don't need LOCs, all this. There's a lot of fluff time that you could add, but you also, after you send that mail, there's a lot of stuff to do to prepare for those phone calls. And that's when we pack a ton of that in. Is you're sending mail day 10 or whatever it is, and then you have day 10 through 20 where no calls are coming in because your mail hasn't hit, and you can get so many action items done. Then you can learn about marketing, you can learn about sales, you can learn about realtor relationships, drones, watch all of our advanced modules, and that's what we pack into that. But yeah, you're right, Dan. The time efficiency. This is 20 hours if you're efficient with your time, in my opinion.
Yeah, so it can go faster or a little bit over. That's just average what we think it's going to take. But I'm trying to think, Ron. That's really all I have. I think we covered a lot of what I really wanted to cover in this. I feel like everyone knows what to expect from this, from the course now. That was my main thing. Everyone listening should know what to expect. And the first thing I'll say is when you go to our website, landinvestingonline.com, you'll see this 30-day challenge. If you guys don't know, you need more information, we're going to have it packed on all of our pages. It's going to be all over the place. We'll send out emails on this. But if you still need more information, we're doing consultations for 15 minutes on the 30-day challenge. If you go to landinvestingonline.com/consultation, just book a quick 15-minute call, write down your questions, come prepared, and Ron and I will hop on the call with you guys one-on-one and discuss whatever it is you want.
Yep. But yeah, I don't have much more to add. I just wanted to kind of That people are going to be listening to this podcast a year from now and the 30-day challenge. This 30-day challenge is a temporary challenge. It is not something that we are keeping a product of forever. It's just not, because I know the value in it. I want people to be taking action. But I'm really excited. I'm extremely excited, and let us know the results once you guys sign up. Once you guys get started on this, let us know the results. Like, we really want to hear those success stories from everyone. Like, a lot of people are going to change their lives with this. I really do strongly believe that, Daniel. And that was our goal when making this, was like, we want to create that freedom that Daniel has talked about, that we talk about all the time. Whether it's you want to spend more time with your kids at home, you want to be able to go on 3 vacations instead of 1 a year, whatever it is, like, that's what we are in this for. And that's why we put so much time and effort into creating this product for you guys.
Someone was telling me one of the big freedoms that they got, or something they saw, was just not having to dress up to go to work every day and, put on an act every day. They're like, not having to put on an act and like be corporate-y was their freedom. So whatever that freedom means to you, for me, money and location, really. And that's probably for 90% of you is the main thing. But there's so much other freedom that goes along with being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, making loads of money on the side, whatever that is. But that's all, guys. Make sure to go to landinvestingonline.com/consultation if you want a 15-minute call with Ron or myself. But other than that, thank you for joining. To get started and to unlock your potential freedom, visit landinvestingonline.com. We even have a free Discord where Ron and I and other successful investors are involved. Please like and subscribe this YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever you guys are listening on. It means a lot. Other than that, we'll see you next episode, and thank you for joining.
Thanks, guys.